Arif lived a quiet, uneventful life in a small, aging apartment building at the edge of the city. By day, he worked in a cramped printing shop where the constant hum of machines and smell of ink filled the air. By night, he would return home, make a steaming cup of tea, and bury himself in books that were older than he was. He wasn't unhappy, but his life was. Still predictable. Until the letter came. The first sign, it was late evening on August 11th. The streets outside were already dark, lit only by a flickering street lamp that buzzed every few seconds. Arif stopped by his building's old, rusted mailbox before heading upstairs. Among the usual bills and junk flyers was a single envelope. Different. Its paper was yellowed and brittle, the corners curled from age. There was no return address. The stamp bore an unfamiliar design, like it belonged to another country or another time. Arif hesitated, then tore it open. Inside was a short message written in shaky, uneven handwriting. On August 12th, at midnight, do not be in your room. Trust me. That was it. No name. No explanation. The weight of the warning. All night, the letter sat on his table, catching his eyes again and again. Who sent this? Was it some kind of prank? How did they even know his name? His exact apartment. The next day, he mentioned it casually to his friend Imran during lunch. Imran laughed, shaking his head. Maybe it's a ghost, bro. Midnight warning. Mysterious letter. Classic horror movie stuff. But hey, if you're scared, just crash at my place tomorrow night. Arif smiled, but deep inside, something about the letter felt wrong. The handwriting seemed desperate. The paper smelled faintly of smoke. The night of August 12th, by 11:50 p.m., Arif was in his apartment, pacing. He had told himself all day that he wouldn't take the warning seriously, but now he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The apartment felt unusually quiet. Even the old ceiling fan above him seemed slower, heavier. At 11:57 p.m., his phone rang. The screen showed unknown number. When he picked up, a shaky, urgent voice, neither fully male nor female, whispered, Arif, leave! Now! You have seconds. Before he could reply, the call cut off. Something primal inside him told him to run. He snatched his keys, wallet, and phone, and rushed down the hallway. The building's stairwell echoed with his hurried footsteps. Midnight, the moment his shoes hit the pavement outside. A sound like thunder tore through the night. Boom. His apartment windows shattered in a wave of glass and fire. A black cloud of smoke curled upward, swallowing the building's top floors. Screams erupted as neighbors poured out into the street. The distant wail of sirens began to grow closer. Later, the fire department said it was a massive gas leak. One so sudden and severe that anyone inside at midnight would have been gone instantly. The discovery. The next morning, after the fire was out, Arif walked through what was left of his apartment. The air was heavy with the smell of burnt wood and ash. His belongings were reduced to blackened shapes. Then, under the half-collapsed frame of his bed, he saw it. A photograph. Slightly burned at the edges, but still clear. It was a picture of a man he had never seen before. Dark hair, kind eyes, wearing an old-fashioned suit. On the back, in the exact same handwriting as the letter, were the words, I couldn't save myself, but I saved you. Moral. Sometimes protection comes from strangers. And sometimes those strangers aren't from this world anymore.